Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Meliana, and then I want to explain about the scope of discourse analysis. Okay, first the fact. The fact is human life is surrounded by messages which continuously pass from one person to another or another people. And then the messages are expressed to communicate concepts, ideas, and information to others. And then the messages are conveyed in written text, they write and spoken interaction, or they speak. And then spoken interaction is the primary medium, and writing is the secondary one. And then what is spoken discourse? Analyze this spoken discourse. And then there are three ideas concerning spoken discourse. And one, language is verbally used by using speech in communication. And two, it constitutes a series of conventional system of sounds. And then the last is three, is its actual representation is speaking. Understanding speaking means to understand spoken discourse. And then the next is what is speaking. Okay, the speaking may be defined as a skill to convey message orally, in which the skill is formed by knowledge of vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, coherency, fluency, and comprehensibility. And then about Richard's 2008 say that people use speaking to employ three major functions. There are speaking as interaction, speaking as transaction, speaking as performance, and then these are the scope of spoken discourse. And then about speaking as interaction. This speaking displays interactional functions such as it primary establish social interaction, and then it focus on satisfies the participant social media social needs, and then it is interactive and requires two-way participation, and it involves two or more people meet somewhere. It functions to establish a comfortable atmosphere of interaction among participants, and it contains more than one topic of talk. And then it uses many rejoinder, such as really or oh no during the interaction. And then conversations. Conversation as the most frequent spoken discourse can take place in two different contexts. Example like in the classroom, which is also known as classroom conversation, and then in real social life or outside the classroom, which is also known as a casual conversation. About distinctions between classroom and casual conversation. In casual conversation, people do not need to put their hands up. They want to speak in class and in classroom conversation, students are expected to do it if they want to say something. According to Barnes, 1971, in their teacher say that teacher rarely ask questions to which they do not already know the answer. In real life, people normally ask questions to find out something they don't know. Okay, the next is classroom conversation. The fact concerning classroom conversation. For Indonesian students, classroom is primary place where they are frequently exposed and encouraged to speak in their foreign language, either with their classmates or teachers. The kinds of language used by the teacher and student to interact one another in the classroom, and then is called classroom discourse or classroom conversation. For some language practitioners, classroom conversation is a special variety of language used by teachers and students in the in their interaction. And then the special styles of classroom conversation. A teacher tends to simplify their speech, and then teacher and students interaction are limited by time and space because both parties simply involved in communication in the classroom when the teacher are teaching the students. And then teacher and student commonly use the French language to practice and to develop their communication skill in the foreign language in which teachers speak more than the students. And then teacher and student communicate due to teaching and learning interest, but not to naturally interact due to their social interests. For the reason, teacher always asks question that the answer they already know, and student language will frequently be evaluated by the teacher. And then reason for discourse analysis of classroom conversation. And then there are three. One, to show its typical characteristic in terms of structure, function, and so forth, and which have made it different from casual conversation. And two, to encourage the students to know and to use the characteristics when they are in the classroom settings, and one, to involve in conversation therein. And then to use what goes on in the classroom and to evaluate the end products of our teaching and of our students. And then according by McCarthy 1991. And then what to do in carrying out discourse analysis for classroom from classroom and then classroom conversation. And then according to Richard and Smith 2002, and then the focus of this analysis for classroom conversation. There are five. One is sentence cohesion, two, turn taking, and then three, the relationship between sentence, four, speech moves, and five, and speech acts. And then there are a track about of classroom conversation and between the teacher and pupil, and then teacher, and this example like teacher and pupil, and then this conversation teacher. Now then, I've got some things here. I've got something here too. Hands up. And what's that? What is it? Pupil, saw. And teacher, it's saw. Yes, this is a saw. By using our common eyes, we only see a dialogue and track between a teacher and his students. But by using a discourse analysis, we will see different things. Sinclair and Calhart, in 1975, discourse analysis for classroom conversation use speech approach. Speech approach refers to speech theory, which claims that a classroom conversation is a speech situation which consists of one or more speech events with different functions such as commissive, declarative, directive, expressive, and representative. And then Sinclair and Calhart found about the pattern from analysis conversation between teacher and students, like E stands for initiation or teacher initiates conversation. R stands for response, student respond. And the F stands for feedback and or teacher follow up. About the example like initiation and then response and feedback, like two conversation as teacher and student, like like teacher saying, now then I've got some things here too, hands up, and what's that, what is it? And the analysis is the teacher initiating the conversation by saying now then, and ends in the initiation by asking a question about something, what's that? This means the initiation brings the functions of asking, so the initiation functions as ask. And then response, students say so, and then for the analysis, a student then answer this question by saying so the response function as answer. And then feedback, like teacher say it's so, yes, this is a so, and then analyze that teacher acknowledge the answer by saying it's a so, and comment on it by saying yes, this is a so the feedback functions as comment, like discourse sequence, and then function like T is initiation, like teacher as initiation function, function as ask, and the student like response, and the function like answer, and then teacher like feedback, like function as comment. And things we are see now the discourse sequence, which has from the dialogue for the function of each segment of discourse and sequence. And then about the what is discourse analysis contribution for the classroom conversation. The result of discourse analysis from classroom conversation not only provides the two things, but also give a cultural information, like for example, Indonesian teacher who is on charge of teaching Bahasa Indonesia for Australian student might adopt the discourse sequence and function when teacher the student for cultural adaptation in teaching. So the teacher starts his or her lesson with initiation functions as and then allow his her student to respond function as answer, finally gives feedback, and which is function as comment. The cultural adaptation in teaching is expected able to make the teacher stay adaptable into the culture more commonly exists in the classroom of the Australian student. And then as of comparison, you can see from the interact of classroom conversation like teacher, hari ini kita akan melanjutkan kembali perkuliahan kita. Namun sebelumnya saya akan membahas sekilas tentang pelajaran yang sudah kita bicarakan minggu lalu. Pada pertemuan yang lalu kita sudah membahas tentang dan sebelum kita lanjut ke materi selanjutnya ada pertanyaan. And then like student is the answer is silence. And then teacher say that again, sekali lagi ada pertanyaan. Baik, kalau tidak ada pertanyaan, kita lanjut ke pelajaran berikutnya. Again, we can only see the sequence of verbal interaction between a teacher and his or her students, but discourse analysis will show you different things. Okay, and then we find out the following function like initiation. What I said before, teacher, hari ini kita akan melanjutkan kembali perkuliahan kita is analysis is the teacher initiation conversation by saying hari ini kita akan melanjutkan kembali perkuliahan kita. This is which function as recall information and ends to initiation by saying sudah jelas, which function as comprehension, and then ada pertanyaan which function and invite question, and then non-verbal response. Student silent analysis when Indonesian student already understand something, they prefer not to say anything, which possibly means not problem about the last lesson. And then reaction like sekali lagi ada pertanyaan like this This the teacher reacts to the student's silence by saying sekali lagi ada pertanyaan. Which functions as the reinvite question and ends the reaction by saying kita lanjut ke pelajaran berikutnya. Which function as inform the next activity to do. And then about discourse sequence like in Indonesia like teacher initiation is functions like recall information, convert comprehension, or invite question, and then student nonverbal response implicitly show comprehension. Teacher reaction like reinvite the function like reinvite question or inform the next activity to do. And then about the difference of discourse sequence and their function for the two different extract of classroom conversation. The difference like discourse sequence and their function from two different extract like discourse sequence like initiation is a function as ask, and then respond like function as answer, the feedback like function as comment, and discourse sequence like initiation function as recollect information, convert comprehension, invite question, and then nonverbal response like function as implicitly show comprehension, and then reaction as a function as reinvite question inform the next activity to do. And then using discourse analysis, Sinclair and Coulthard found the internal structure for the extract like the internal structure can then be identified by marking the boundaries of the data with a slash and double slash to create the structure of the discourse. Slash is a boundary give to a segment, double slash is a boundary given to a unit of segments. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.